Hi everyone, this is Cal from Cal's Crafts. Welcome if you've not been before, and welcome back if you have been before. I appreciate it. Today I'm doing a whip and chat. Just tell you about what's been going on with me because I haven't done one for 2 weeks. And I'm doing I've got my tray of diamonds in my little baggies as always in my little tray. My trays, some diamond painting pens, tweezers, and my Evershine picture of the owls in round. So let me I'm going to peel that back, stick that on there, my little Hello Kitty. Do you want to go in a bit closer or not? That's close enough, you don't want to be zooming in too far. You want to see his eyes, don't you? Of course you do. So how's everybody's weeks been? As I say, I know I've put some videos up, but I haven't done a whip and chat of what's been going. If you hear a noise in the background, that is Millie. Tell them what you're doing, Millie.
I'm trying to solve a really complex Rubik's Cube.
Can you see this Rubik's Cubes with all lumpy bumpy and things sticking out? Yeah, she's just decided this morning that she's going to have a go at doing that. She had them for Christmas, didn't you?
Yeah.
But she's now decided that today's the day that she's going to be doing them. Right, I'm going to show you something. I don't know if you lot can see this on camera. Can you see that? They have all... Can you see them? Don't think you can. They've all popped. There's loads and loads and loads that have popped. So I'm going to, before we start anything, I'm going to push them all back down, hopefully, so they don't fly off while I'm doing the thing. I did have one fly off, but I did find it before it flew off. Oh, that'll do for now. We can do some more later, can't we? That'll do. Right. Can you see? Can you see? Can you? Can you see? So we're going to do the checkerboard pattern on whatever letters we do, because I can't do the multiplace, so I've decided. Not on the small one. I'm going to have a go. If I could do another big one, then I might have a go. So we want the triangle with number 8 in my little tray. 7 nans. 7/62s. 7/62s. Right, so I'll pour some in my tray and we'll get started. So I've had a few new subscribers, so thank you very much for the newbies, and thank you for the ones that, the loyal ones that keeps coming back time and time again. I love you all. That's annoying me, see, I can see them all popping. Right, I think I've got a hitchhiker in there, so let me just get that hitchhiker out. Oop, stuck to the canvas. I've got a hitchhiker, bogey, and there's my bogeys, and my pin tray there. So we're all set to go. We all set to go? You're all set to go, Millie? Yeah, she's just looking at me and saying, Mum, shut up, just get on with it. Yeah, so what's been happening? Oh, the last thing I told you, wasn't it? I was going to go to Warehouse 701. Mel, come and just check that my head's not in the way I've got this camera position. Because you don't want to be seeing my dirty hair.
No, you're fine.
You're fine. Thank you. Yeah, we were going to 707 where my husband, 701 warehouse where my husband works, because they've opened a new cafe there by the Scotch Egg Company. But they also do restaurants, well, cafes, more of a cafe in it than a restaurant. We were going to try the Scotched eggs. We didn't get there that weekend, but we did get there last weekend, didn't we, Mel?
Yeah.
And we had a platter, didn't we, between all of us, of all different Scotched eggs. Some were really, really tasty and others were quite plain, weren't they?
Yeah.
But there was one problem. They didn't put on there what we had, did they?
No.
So we had no idea what the chutneys were, no idea what the Scotched eggs were. So it was a bit like, oh. And they were so busy in there because it was their first proper weekend of being open. So they were behind on all the orders because I don't think they expected it to be quite as busy as it was. You had a long wait. But it was all right. The coffee, I got to admit, was absolutely gorgeous. Well, since then, Grant's been in and said to him, look, you need to tell people what they're eating, because we had no idea and we wouldn't have known what to. And I said they were so flummoxed behind the counter. He said, you know, we weren't going to queue up again to ask what they were. So she did find out what we'd had, but then they gave us a proper menu. Which is your favourite, Mel?
The Humbria.
Humbria one.
It's got like pear and like pan and stuff in it.
Yeah, it's got ham, brie, pears is most of the flavour, with the sausage meat and then your egg in the middle. And then there's one called the Old Fart, which we got in the fridge. We haven't tried that one, which is like a mini breakfast in a scotched egg. And then what was the sausage meat? No, not the sausage meat. One that's like bit like stuffing that Jessie had yesterday. Scrumpy. And it had like brambly apples in it. And the sausage meat, and that was nice. So we've tried a couple. So we said every now and again we're going to go down the menu and try some. But they're $3.75 I think each. I mean, they're quite big. They're sort of, I don't know, good handful, aren't they, Mel? Mm-hmm. Of a thing, like, so you know, you do get a lot for your thing, but yeah, so that's our next project, to work our way down the list slowly. Oh, Joshua had a chilli one last night, can't remember what one, but it had a load of chilli in, and he said it was really tasty. So we've got, I think, 2 more in the fridge that we haven't tried, because Grant got a couple yesterday to bring home to try, so we said we'll try them later, so I'll let you know how they are. Yeah, we went round 701 and we were looking at doors for Millie's shed, weren't we? Mm-hmm. So we saw a few, didn't we, that we liked. So that was good. So we sourced that out. I tried to get her to convince her to buy this old-fashioned bed, but you weren't keen on the old-fashioned bed, were you? No, she said, Mummy, there's springs in that, in the actual bed. And they're all sticking out. I said, yeah, that was how we slept, with a bit of a topping over the top and away to go. She's not keen on that one. She wants the Silent Night one, don't you? Memory foam and just cushion it, and that's it. Sorry, Jessie made me a cup of tea before. So I better drink some of it. She'll be annoyed with me. So that was that. We went and did a bit of shopping that day, didn't we? And got a few food. Jessie's and, was it you school trousers or Jessie's school trousers? You school trousers, wasn't it? Millie's decided to go back into school trousers. So we got you some. Oh, Jessie was a coat, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. So we got Jessie the coat. Because she doesn't wear coats, Jessie, but it's been so wet and cold, so she's going to have one. What was the coat like on her, Mel?
Oh my god, absolutely gorgeous. Runway model.
Oh, she looked absolutely stunning in it. It was a short, down to the waist, isn't it? Yeah. And it's like a... It's not a bomber jacket type, is it?
It's like a puffer, but like...
It's like in between everything, isn't it?
Bubble wrap, but not bubble wrap.
Yeah, but it isn't like bulky, is it?
Yeah, no, it's... I don't know.
I don't know how to describe it, but it really suits us. First time I've ever seen a coat on her, and I went, wow. But has she wore it to school? Has she wore it to school yet?
I think so.
I think once.
I think she might just be scared because the last coat she wore got nicked.
Yeah, the last one she had got disappeared. She didn't know if it disappeared in school or one of her friends' houses, but yeah. So she's a bit nervous. So that was that. I'm trying to think what else. Oh yeah, last Monday is when I had my black eye. For the ones that didn't see it on Facebook. First black eye in 52 years. And it was a corker, wasn't it, Mel? Mm-hmm. Going to school last Monday. Not this Monday gone, the Monday before. And getting in the car, and Millie sat, sometimes Millie's in the front, sometimes Jess is in the front. So I sling my bag over to him as I get into the car. Well, I opened the car door, went to sling my bag, but must have misjudged where my head was. And the wind caught the door and pushed the door away, and it went smack into my top of my cheekbone below my right eye, and it did hurt. And I didn't curse bad, did I, Mel? But I was nearly crying, wasn't I, because it hurt. But I thought, got to get him to school, got to get him to school. As a mum, you know what you do, you know. you pull it all, suck it all up and get on with it. So I said to Mum when we got to school, she said, oh, it's not too bad, it's just a bit of a red mark. And that's all it was there, wasn't it?
Yeah, literally just a bit red.
Just a little red mark. So I went round to phone for coffee, and she said, oh, what you done to your cheek? It's a bit red. And I said, and she said, oh, it doesn't look like there's going to be any bruising. So I thought, well, that's great. So, but as the day went on,
how wrong we were.
Yeah, how wrong we were. The bruising started to come out, and oh boy, my eye hurt. So I popped to the hospital, had it checked out. She said she didn't think it was broke, but more likely probably cracked the bone, if anything. And she said, didn't she? She said it's going to get blacker probably by morning.
Get worse before it gets better.
Get worse before it gets better, wasn't it? Because Milk came with me. So we thought it was sort of like a bluey colour, wasn't it?
Yeah.
All over, a bit of red, a bit of blue. It wasn't too bad. You could tell I'd got black eye like, but oh my God, I woke up in the morning.
That's really bad.
It looked like I'd really had a smack in the eye. And you know when you're going around the town, I did a bit of shopping and everybody looks at you, then quickly turns away and then trying to have a sneaky look to see, well, has she got a black eye or and she got a black eye? Instead of asking me, I'd have told them. Only one person in the shop asked me and I did tell her. She was laughing. But yeah, Grant came home. He was mortified that night. He went, oh my bloody God. He said, look at the state of you. He said, you haven't been out with that, have you? I said, of course I am. He said, oh my God, and people are going to think that I did it. I said, well, that's down to them. I said, I know how I did it. You know how I did it. I said, everybody that matters know how I did it. He said, but it is bad. I said, I know. And even that night and the following day, it still got purple, blue, green. It was every colour of the rainbow, wasn't it? But you'd be glad to know this week it's only a tiny, tiny bit. It's just over, well, a week and a half now. And it's just a tiny, tiny bit yellow, isn't it? Just a little bit of yellow on the bone. But that's it now. Still sore. She's told me it'll be sore for a couple of weeks on the bone. But apart from that. So I'm very, very careful now when I get in my car. I'm not having a fight with the door. I don't recommend you have a fight with your car door. Because you come off worse, don't you, Mel? Mm-hmm. So yeah, so that was an experience and a half. So that was last Monday. Oh, last week you got all your exam results, didn't you? Because if you remember on the last one, I said Millie was doing her mock exams, weren't you? Mm-hmm. Do you want to tell them how you did? I'm dead proud of her.
I got an A star in chemistry, an A in history, an A in English, A in RE, a B in Welsh, a B in biology, a D in physics, 2 E's in maths.
Is that it? I think that's it, isn't it?
That's it.
Yeah, so she did really, really well. You were upset with your maths, weren't you?
Yeah.
She was really, really upset with her maths. But as you all know, that Millie's teacher that she had before, you couldn't do any maths at all, could you, with him? And now she's changed teacher. You're getting a lot better.
Yeah, but everyone in like the whole year did really bad. Like people in set 1 were getting used, so I think like we just weren't taught what was on the maths.
Yeah, I think it was just all above you all, wasn't it? And everybody, I think, was reading it wrong.
Yeah.
Because everybody came out and thought it was really easy. It failed.
And like we'd all checked, and it's like all like got E's and
yeah.
whatnot.
So I think it's either the way it was written, or they haven't been taught it properly. But your teacher's going to go over it. Is she going to go over it, Miss Powell?
I don't know.
You're going to ask her. I said, because if not, then I will go in, because it's no good in telling them that they've done something wrong if they don't know how they've done it wrong or how they've read it wrong. And your physics, you're upset because you got a D. I said, it's physics.
Yeah.
But Millie's the one that wants A across the board, so aren't you? Mm-hmm. I said, you can't be good at everything, but to get an A star in chemistry, wow. I mean, come on. I said to her, you've got to give yourself a pat on the back for that.
I know, I was really shocked.
So I said, you know, and you haven't learnt everything yet, have you?
No.
So I said, if you can do that in your mocks and you've still got a year to go of learning, you know, you can achieve wonders, haven't you? So that was that. So we really chuffed with you, weren't we? Even though she's like hard on herself, but we were chuffed with her. Ooh. Sorry, my phone just pinged because I'm phoning on my old phone, and then I've got my new phone by the side of me, and it's my husband. He just sent me a statement that's been put up because he's at a craft fair today, and he said it's about half full to what it normally is because of the coronavirus. But I said that's okay. You know, people have got to do what they've got to do. So I said it might be quiet, it might be busy, you just don't know with people. So I said expect a bad day, and if you get through any better, it's a bonus. As long as you can sort of make enough to pay for your table and fuel, it's okay. That's when you don't make anything, it's a bit of a bummer. What else happened? Oh, Auntie Jacqueline's birthday and Grandad Derek's birthday on the 5th. So Grandad was 82, wasn't he? So we wished him. And then Auntie Jacqueline was 56. I have to go what age I am and add 3. Yeah, she was 56. So I phoned her up, and if for the ones that are new to the channel, my sister Jacqueline's 3 years older than me. She's severely mentally handicapped now. She wasn't always, but she is now. And physically handicapped now. She's pretty much wheelchair bound. Well, she is wheelchair bound now completely. She had young person's dementia as she went late teens, early 20s. So she doesn't really know anybody or whatever. She recognises our voices. She knows us, but can't always remember from where. So I rang her up because she lives away from me. And the carer said, yeah, she's here. I said, put her on. So I'm chatting away, and she's going, yeah. So she had a nice bird, yeah. And then all of a sudden she went, yeah. And she was talking exactly like that. And I was like, oh, right, yeah. And I'm thinking, well, in her mind, she was obviously telling me whatever she wanted to tell me. And she spoke like that for about 6 or 7 minutes. And it was, do you know what? Even though it was absolutely gobbledygook, it was a joy just to hear her in her voice that she was so happy telling me about whatever it was she was telling me. And so then I'd chat a little bit, and she'd listen. Yeah. And I said, love you. And she'd go, yeah. And then she'd go for another couple of minutes. And then all of a sudden it went dead quiet. And I mean dead quiet. I said, have you had enough now? Yep. And she just handed the phone to her carer. And I said, she's had enough now. And she said, yeah. She said she's gone back now and sat back in the chair. She said she's not interested now. She said, you've had your lot. But it was quite sweet, even though, as I say, she was gobbledygook. But it was nice that she could tell me in her own way whatever it was she wanted to tell me. And she was happy as Larry, bless her. And the sad part is Mum and Dad forgot it was her birthday. It's the first time in 56 years. Mum's dementia is rampant at the moment. And Dad's been up and down most of the nights with her. And I didn't have the heart. Mum was so bad, he took her to the seaside on Jacqueline's birthday. And when he rang me and said he was at the seaside, I didn't have the heart to tell him, oh, you've missed Jacqueline's birthday. Because Jacqueline wouldn't know whether it was her birthday or not. You know, to be fair, she wouldn't have a clue. So I didn't tell him that day. And then he come down following day, and I did say, you know, I'll have to tell you that you missed Jacqueline's birthday. Oh, he was upset. And Mum was still, didn't really understand what I was on about. And I said, don't be upset. I said, you've never ever missed a birthday in 56 years. You've always gone down to see him. The house understands. I said, I spoke to the house. They understand what's going on. I said, you've got your hands full. I said, just go down when you go down next week. I said, to see her. I said, take a present and a card. I said, she'll just be just as chuffed. And I said, make out it's her birthday then. I said, she'll be just as happy. said, oh, it won't be the same. I said, I know it won't be the same. But I said, you haven't done it on purpose. You know what I mean? Oh, I did feel for him. And I said to Grant, should I not have said? And he said, no, you should have said, because he said he would have realised, it would have dawned on him when he went to the calendar, and then he'd have been upset that you hadn't said anything. So they did go down to see her on Thursday. And of course she was happy as Larry to see him. And she just got the present and put it on the table in the garden. She weren't bothered at all. She just wanted to see them, bless her. But yeah, it was quite sad in one respect. She used to, when we were kids, she used to have a countdown to her birthday. As soon as Christmas was open, Boxing Day, she said, right, countdown to my birthday now. She said, and she'd know exactly how many days it would be till her, well, how many sleeps it would be to her birthday. I always remember that. She was so sweet. Oh, she was so sweet, bless her. I'm trying to think what else happened. Oh, I tell you what we're into is burgers, isn't it? Burgers in a bun on the weekend. Grant went to the local butcher's a couple of months ago and bought some. They make the butcher. How long was it? Was it before Christmas or just after Christmas we started having burgers?
Before Christmas.
And from the butcher's.
Yeah.
And he brought them home. I mean, we've had burgers, you know, from the supermarket, you know, fresh burgers and whatever, and they'd be nice. Oh my bloody God, though. These burgers from the butchers, they make them actually in the butchers. It's only a tiny little independent butchers, but they make them on site. What they like, Mel?
So nice. Oh my God, you could eat a whole like tray on your own.
You could, couldn't you? There's the type, you know, when you've ate one, and even though you're absolutely stuffed,
you want another one.
You want another one. They are so, so tasty. And I grill them, don't I?
Yeah.
So there's not much fat that comes off them, is there, Mel?
No, like nothing really.
And it's just a little broche roll, them. Jess, me and Grant like onions, and Josh, you don't though, do you?
No.
Bit of cheese, you don't like that either, do you? And oh, you do like gherkins though, don't you? Laura, she likes gherkins. Don't you? I love the gherkins, chopped gherkins on there. But yeah, so that's been a bit of a thing lately, isn't it? Having, not every weekend. Like we probably won't have them this weekend. We could go there this afternoon, couldn't we? Because we'll be in town. But yeah, it makes a lovely lunch. And everybody likes them. But oh my God, they're so tasty. So I think they do sausages, so I might try their sausages. Because I think they make their own sausages on site as well. I think it's a little bit more expensive. Not a lot though, because I think for 4 burgers in Tesco's, it's something like £3 or £4 for proper quarter pounder ones. And I think they're 98p each in our butchers, which I didn't think was bad. You know, and there's no nasty stuff. It's all natural ingredients, as they say. Oh yeah, I was saying about, went off subject, Mum with her dementia. That's gone absolutely, she's escaped, I say escaped, but wandered about 8:30 at night. So we've got some security pads that one goes to the side of her bed, one goes at the front door. The one by the front door's got an alarm, but the one by her bed switches the light on. And Dad will wake instantly if there's a light on. But we need to get some carpet tape or something because he said they're a bit slippy. And he won't put them down because he's worried that she might fall. So I said, yesterday I got him to get some carpet grip, you know, the tape. I said, just tape it down. I said, it'll be fine. I said, because you've got to have them. I said, no, she's escaping. And then... It's not funny, but I got to laugh because I would cry. The other night she'd fallen out with him because he couldn't understand whatever she was on about. He said, no, by 10 o'clock he could hear boom, 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 on the stairs. He said, what the hell is happening? He goes to the stairs and here she comes, 2 great big huge carrier bags. And because she couldn't lift them, she was dragging them down the step. And he said she'd bring the one down, boof, and then she'd bring the other bag and it'd go a bit quick, so it'd go down 2 steps, and go boop, 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 down these steps. And he said, oh my God. I said to her, Bet, where are you going? I've had enough. I'm leaving you, she said. You don't let me do what I want to do. He said, well, where the hell are you going? I'm going back home, she said. I'm going back home to my mum and dad. She said, I've had enough of you. He said, well, there's no buses. She said, what do you mean there's no buses? And he said, well, you'll have to wait till morning till there's buses. Bet. He said, there's just none at this time of night. She said, well, that's it. She said, I'm going to go to bed. She said, and as soon as it's light, she said, I'm off down to my mum and dad's. He said, fine, whatever. So he said, she went back to bed, put a nightie back on. No, she still had a nightie on. That was it. He said, she got into bed. He said, and I went in and said, oh, give her a medicine. And she was real snarly with me, he said. And I said, right, I'll come to bed now. And he said, I went to get into bed. She said, you are not getting in my bed, she said. You get in the other room. I don't know who you think you are, she said, but we're not married. She said, you're definitely not sleeping in my bed. Oh, I laughed. I did. And Dad said, no, it's not funny. Well, it is funny, he said, but it's not. And I said, well, you got to laugh, bless her. I said, what did she do in the morning? I said, was she still leaving you in the morning? He said, no. He said, I put the bags in the back room. She said she couldn't remember any of it. He said, in the morning, like. I said, so you're not married then? I said, this is 52 years. I said, you haven't been married. He goes, oh, shut up, he said. Of course we're married. I said, well, Mum says you're not married and you're my second dad. So she's got it in her head now that they're not married. I don't know where my real dad's gone, apparently. She doesn't know where he's gone. But Bill, that's my dad's name. Yeah, she's marrying him because he's really, really nice. He's going to ask her mum and dad for permission to get married. I mean, they're both in their 80s. Mum's be 83 this year. No, Mum's 83, Dad's 82. That's it. So she'll be 84 this year. And yeah, he's going to ask permission. They're going to get married. He's willing to take me and Jacqueline on as his own children. She's told me not to worry. I said, no, it's fine. I said, but I think you'll find you're married. Well, he keeps saying we're married, she said, but I don't think we are. So I said to Dad, I'm going to have to go up in their attic and hunt out their wedding pictures to show her. But yeah, and then another time she thinks I'm her sister. So she asks me if I've been down to see Mum and Dad. I go, oh yeah, I went down on so-and-so, they're fine. Or like the other day she caught me on the hop. And she said, oh, Mum, I hear you went down to Mum and Dad. And I went, no. And then I thought, oh, you don't argue with them. I said, oh, no. I said, I didn't go down. I said, the weather's been too bad. I didn't think I'd risk it with the kids, you know, and everything. And she went, oh, yeah, probably wise. She was okay then. But yeah, you can't argue or disagree with her because she flies at you. She tells me I'm selfish then. Bless her. But yeah, but they did go to the dementia clinic. Well, not dementia clinic, dementia club, I should say. Which I've been trying to get me to take Mum for months. But they actually went on Monday. And there's other people in the same boat. And they play like 60s music, have a little meal, play games, you know, things from their era. So they went on Monday. And guess what? They had an absolutely lovely time. Can't wait to go again next week. Mum really enjoyed herself. Dad said he got to talk to another carer roughly the same age, and she's looking after her husband, and she said the same. The worst time she finds is at night between 7 and 9. If anything's going to kick off, or her husband was going to lose his temper with her and leave her and whatever, and she was horrible, would be then. And Dad said snap. He said it must be something about that time. He said because it's always around that time. He said that you know, things go pear-shaped. So I think he felt a bit better that he spoke to somebody that's in the same boat as him, you know, rather than all of us telling him what we've read. But that was somebody that's actually going through the same thing as him. So I think he's going to go a bit more often. I think it's once a fortnight. So I think he's going to keep that up, which I'm really pleased about. There's a thing on there. So that'll help them. Yeah, that's all on that, isn't it? What else, Mel? Oh, we got £50, didn't we, for the co-op supermarket off my car insurance. Oh, don't you go off on me. Thank you. Computer's playing silly beggars. No, has it gone off yet? Hang on, folks. I'll have to turn that back on because it turns my light pad on. Sorry about that. What was I saying? Oh, £50 voucher for taking out the car insurance for me and Joshua, because Co-op was the cheapest, but I didn't know. But they sent us £50 Co-op shop vouchers, food vouchers, for choosing them. So Sunday, me and Grant decided to go to the Co-op, which is in the next little town. It's not a very big Co-op, but it did to spend us £50 because it was only a few months. What's it called? A few months that you got to spend it before it's invalid. Oh my flipping God. No wonder we don't shop in the Co-op. Was it expensive or was it expensive? It must have been. If something, say, was £1 in the local Tesco's here, it was £1.40 there. Do you know, that type of price difference? So it didn't take us, we thought we'd get quite a bit for 50 quid. No, we didn't get an awful lot. We got some things, didn't we? So that we wouldn't normally get, we got because we got the voucher. But yeah, we got fruit and veg and stuff like that, and some bit of meat, bit of butter, some bread, and that was about it, really, wasn't there?
Burgers.
Huh?
Burger buns.
Oh, burger buns, wasn't it? Wasn't much though, was it?
Nope.
I think it was only like 2 carrier bags. But I will definitely not be shopping at the Co-op if I can help it. But like Gran said, you've got to look at it. It didn't cost you anything because you got vouchers. I said, I know, but I just begrudge giving them that much extra than it is in every other bloody supermarket. I said, why have they got to charge so much more? Do you remember? Because I think because money's always tight, you're always looking round to see the best prices for everything. And I'm not used to just paying a price. I'm going, oh, I'll get it cheap. He said, you need to spend the 50 quid, Caroline, so, you know, put it in the trolley. Okay. Yeah, but I won't be going back there again. So that's another thing we need to do this afternoon, Mel, is make the menus up for the week. Because we've been a bit lapsy-daisy the last couple of weeks, haven't we?
Yeah.
We found if we make a menu for the week, it works out a little bit cheaper because we buy everything we need. And then you're not looking around the supermarket and think, oh, that looks nice. Oh, we'll have one of those. We'll have one of those. And you end up spending more. But if you're just going in for all the meal stuff, we tend not to spend as much, do we, Mel? So that's that. Jessie's got a party this afternoon. So they're going to a cafe because they're 12 now. So they're going for tea, coffee. Well, pop it'll be. Pop and cake, I think, aren't they? Or something. I never heard of her going to a cafe before, but...
She's with her friend.
Yeah, she's with her friend, so she'll be happy as Larry. So when she does that, me and Millie are going to the wool shop to get some floss, because you want to start doing the cross-stitching of the alphabet, don't you, with a lamb for her friend. She's doing a H for her friend Hannah for her birthday, aren't you? She's decided she's going to do... We're going to just do them for Christmas. But she's going to do one for Hannah for her birthday, aren't you? Yeah. You can't wait. So we're going to go to the wool shop. We've taken a picture of what type of floss we need in it. So because it's got Anchor, DMC, and Madeira, isn't it? Codes, because we can't. We think it's Anchor in our wool shop because you've had one from them. We're sure it's Anchor, weren't we? But we thought we'd just take the photo and then we're not.
No, we're not.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, we're not stuck thinking, oh God, what code is that? So we're going to do that, and then we thought we'd go to one of the other cafes and maybe have a cup of coffee. We'll probably go down the bookshop because it's got art supplies in the back. Because Millie loves looking in there, don't you?
Yeah.
I do as well. Jessie's going to be dropped off at 1 and picked up, what was it? 2:30? 2:30, yeah, I think 2:30. So we'll have a good hour and a half to have a moochie round. I mean, our town isn't very big. It's one street with about 20 shops, and that's it, isn't it, Mel?
It's alright there, does it?
Yeah, it does us, doesn't it? So that's our plan this afternoon. And then we'll do the list, if we do that before or after, I don't know. We're going to do a bit of shopping. Or we might get what we need for today and do the main shop tomorrow, I don't know. Decision, folks. It's like, really? I'm not sure what I'm going to decide to do. Any other other news? Oh, uploading videos. What a bloody nightmare at the moment, isn't it? It's taking, for a 30-minute video, the other day it took me 7 hours to upload it. Usually it takes me between half an hour and an hour. And the ones, oh, there's them things. And then the other day I put one up, well, 3 that I've put up, last 2 now I've put up is taken 3.5 hours each. So I don't know, so I'm going to have to sit down and go through my internet system and then do a track on it to see what speeds are coming through, and then contact the company, because I'm paying top price and not getting, because I upgraded because I thought, you know, the kids need it for their homework, especially now they get Josh's in A-levels and Millie's in GCSEs. And it's crap. The speed is terrible, isn't it, on the Wi-Fi?
A little bit, yeah. It was good when we first got it.
Yeah, oh, it's brilliant when we first got it.
That's a nice colour.
It is, isn't it? And then, but now it's, yeah. So I don't know if anybody else is having the same problem. I'm with BT. I swapped with BT because I wanted fibre, because it's supposed to be, the upload would be a lot faster. And as I say, it was brilliant for a good, 6 months, 8 months, and then all of a sudden it's just dropped completely, and it's gone back to how the old internet was. And I don't want to be paying all this money a month. I said for it to be complete and utter crap. I mean, it's not too bad now because I'm filming on my old phone, so I can leave that just uploading and do other things. But when I was doing it on my new phone, it was a pain because you couldn't use your phone then, because that's what I film on. So yeah, watch this space on that, or if anybody's got any suggestions. I do use Video Guru to edit, so I don't know whether that makes a difference, but I did try a couple on Keen Master to see if that speeded it up, but it didn't make any difference whatsoever. So I don't think it's what I'm editing it on that's making a difference, because I've been using Video Guru for ages, because when I when I film on my phone, sometimes it films it that way, even though you keep the camera the same way, and sometimes you've just got, you know, the block in the middle. Although it's all the settings are the same, don't ask me why. Auto rotation's on, everything's on that should be on, but it does that. So if I uploaded it like that, then you would get like just a strip in the middle of film and then nothing on the sides. Well, with Video Guru, it will turn it. If you put the video in, it will rotate it so it fills the screen. It's the only one that I found that does that, because Keen Master doesn't do that. But this Video Guru does, so you can... Has that got a hole in it? No. Will you take that for me? Scrampy, tell him I'm busy at the moment. Take it outside. Yeah, so the upload, doing it through Video Guru, I need to, because very often I need to turn it. Sorry, I got confused then because my dad's phoning me, so Lily's taking the phone to go. So yes, I don't really want to go off Video Guru, because I never know, it can film what the first part, if you've got 2 parts, the first part can be the correct way and the second part will have turned, or you can have all the pieces turned, or you can have them all the right way. You never know until after you finish filming which way it's filmed it, and that does it on both my phones. So I don't know whether it's a Hawaii thing, Hawaii or whatever it's called thing, or what, I don't know. So yeah, so if anybody else has got any editing software that's better, it'll have to be free at the moment though, because I can't afford to pay for one. Would be grateful. I can hear the dog. She's doing really good at the moment. She's missing her dad today. Still not right. It's probably about 80% there, which is great. So any sign of her, you know, head down, tail between her legs, and I'm, oh, is she all right? Oh, for God's sake. She's going to have days where she's feeling a bit off colour. But I am a worrymonger when it comes to my babies. I said, the kids and the animals, I'm terrible. I was trying to eavesdrop and see if I could hear anything, but I can't. Oh, Josh got his paperwork through now to say that he can go back to Air Cadets. So he's happy as Larry because he's 18. He's got to be police checked and all that. So he can work with kids. Even though that Matthew, his best mate, is only 2 months younger than... No, January, February, March, 4 months younger than him. But because he's under 18, Josh is going to have the checks done to do Air Cadets with Matthew as well. So... bit strange, but I know why they do it. They've got to have a cut-off date somewhere, aren't they? So, yeah, so he I mean, there was no question of it coming back, but it just takes so long. So he's pleased now that he can go on all the exercises. So he did get to go on shoot an exercise last week. So he was in charge of them all. They were learning. He and Matthew, I think, are on the big air rifles. I don't know what they're called, but they're big, huge bloody things. But they've got to learn to, before they're allowed to fire them, they've got to learn every safety aspect of it. They've got to be able to take the gun apart, clean it, and put the gun together really well. So until they can do that, and they're literally not quite blindfolded, but do you know what I mean? And they're not allowed to learn to fire them. So the weekend was spent just safeties and taking the gun apart, cleaning it, putting it back together, taking the gun apart, cleaning it, putting it back together, and then learning safety, going over it again, and that's all they did, which they thoroughly enjoyed. He said the food there was, because it's provided by the RAF, was amazing. He said the only part of it was at night. He said, oh, Mum, I'm so tired. He said because they had to stay awake, him and Matthew, until all the other cadets were asleep. And he said some of them were little buggers, Mum. He said they wouldn't go to sleep. He said, and we had to be up before them. So we literally, he said, didn't get to sleep the one night till gone 2. And then we were assigned to be up by 6. So he said it was tough. I said, oh, see, getting older comes with responsibilities. Now you know how I feel when I tried to get you lot to go to sleep. But yeah, he still enjoyed it. It was very tiring, he said, but he did enjoy it. I think he's enjoying the extra responsibility as well. I just hope that he takes his career further because he's doing so well. But I suppose once he's gone to uni, he can choose then once he's done this course. And it says it will put him, because I have read up on it, because I thought bloody politics and something else. And they said no, it'll do him really good stead in the RAF, in the forces. So I don't know where he's going with that. So he's been filling in all the financial forms. He's sorting all that himself. So we just had to fill in our little bit on it. So that's all gone out to see what loans and grants he can get. So if he can get enough to survive out there, because we can't help him. So that's that. Oh, I've got some more stuff for me cross stitching things. Oh, so excited, but I'll have a floss tube video up again on that. So that's more exciting news on there. My colouring, oh my god, I'm really loving my colouring. I've just put a new video up on what I've been colouring for YouTube and what little mini haul I've got in and stuff, and I'm excited to try them. So that's another thing that's exciting this week. Got my live to Sunday night or Sunday afternoon for people in America. So hopefully we can do, won't be far off this finishing this week, I'm hoping. That would be nice. And then I can roller pin this, get the rolling pin out and give it a good roller. And hopefully it'll pop all the drills back in. And then I'm going to seal it with my Mod Podge, because I know that doesn't take the shine away. So I will put a thick layer of that on. We'll water it down because I'm going to put a thicker layer on. I think I'll water it down slightly because it's easier to put on. Last time I did one with a thick layer, didn't I? And one with a watered down. And the watered one down looked better. So I'd rather put a watered down and do 2 coats, which I think I did on my experiment. That looked better than putting a thick, just straight out the jar. So that's, I think, what I'm going to be doing this week. Oh, I have got some happy mail coming in, which I'll probably do a video on that. I've had some very, very generous people. So they're going to send me some happy mail, which I don't expect, but I am so excited. I'm the type I get excited if somebody was sending me a card, I'd be over the moon. Do you know what I mean? So that's something exciting to look forward to next week. So yeah, so that's all I've been up to. I've missed an awful lot over the last couple of weeks. So that's you all caught up with what I've been up to and the kids. It's also time 12 o'clock, so we'll have to go and change to Millie Moo, ready to go out. And I'll love you and leave you all, let you get on with your day. Hope you have a good one. If you've not subscribed and you'd like to, we would really appreciate it, and it doesn't cost you anything to be subscribed. If you'd like to know when I go live or put new videos up, there's a little tiny ding-a-ling bell by the side of the subscribe button. You press that and it will tell you when I'm live or when I've uploaded a video. If you want to have a chat or find out anything about me, down below, all my details in the description box, because we love hearing off everybody, don't we, Mills? So take care, look after yourselves, enjoy the rest of your day. What do you say, Mills?
Thank you for watching.
Thank you for watching. Bye for now.
Bye.